Greetings, this is This, and last time we talked to Detective Hawkshaw and found out how much of a liar she was, and now we're re-asking a whole bunch of people about all the things we haven't asked them about yet. And we're starting with Poppy asking her about Hawkshaw. Now, you might be saying, well, all of these people have been lying too, probably. Yeah, but Hawkshaw, she's supposed to be on my side, the side of the truth. But she's just hiding something even worse, probably.
With surging tide, the waves are thrown.
Okay.
An entity of all its own. But on its surface you may see, reflected in the waters be, the orchestrator, pale and still, pulling strings, enacting will.
Yes. Exactly, Poppy, exactly. She is a hack, and Pointer here, this is her puppet. This is her little marionette, probably, right? Trying to find the gold beetle. What have you got to say?
Stop what the stars are saying, earthly tether, slowly fraying, floating, helpless from the worst of jealous hunger, selfish thirst. Take a moment, kneel and meet the flowers growing at your feet.
Because he's not paying any attention to his daughter. Oh, that's so sad. And was she saying that Hawkshaw had a puppet, or was she saying that Hawkshaw was a puppet? Now I'm not so sure, because I don't remember exactly what she said, but I'm not going to re-listen.
You get some weird insects around here. I've never seen one like that.
I'm not sure anyone has.
Freya might have. She used to keep beetles in a box in her room.
Why?
Interesting.
For fun, obviously.
Sorry.
Did you find that in Fifi's room?
No.
No? Should we have?
No, it's just... it looks like something she'd use, don't you think?
Well, it's not a microscope like Hawkshaw was trying to make me think it was, even though I knew first and foremost when I saw it that it was like a spyglass. Okay. Well, we still have one more person to meet. But first, we must talk to Penny and Pointer. It won't take long. There's barely anything to ask them about that's new. Hello, Penny. Oh, I haven't even gotten your suspicion yet, Penny. Wow. Okay, I'd like to talk to you about Hawkshaw here.
She was a most unsavory little
hack.
She was incredibly rude about my appearance. Which part? The giant bird arms, or... If I were her, I'd go easy on the judgment of others. I mean, look at her. She looks like the ghost of a scarecrow. I just wish Uncle Pointer would tell her to behave herself. Professor Pointer? Why him? Oh, it was Uncle that called her in. She's his responsibility. Did you not know that?
Well, you know, people don't really tell me much. So don't judge.
I can't say I've ever taken an interest in Uncle's astronomy. On occasion I've dared to visit him in his tower, but I always regret it. It's all just a little too abstract for me.
What do you mean?
Oh, did you know the sun is apparently over 400,000 miles wide? Okay, so what should I do with that information? How does it help me?
I mean,
look at me.
I guess.
You're the one who memorized it.
But, I mean, yeah, you don't... all information isn't going to be helpful to you. Some things you could just be like, okay. Right? So I had already asked Poppy about these things. Oh, I think I remember that. I did go back to her once already.
My flower.
You don't like it?
I'm no good at caring for plants. I forget to water
Oh,
them.
did
Birds
what's his
are
face
much
give that to
easier.
you?
They're a lot more vocal when they get thirsty.
I bet what's his
Do you
face
at
gave
least
that to you.
Like the look of the flower? The look? The colors? The shape of it? Between you and me, I think it's a little vulgar.
Okay, yeah, they're not the best fit, those two.
Rather strange, now isn't it? We found it in your room. around, was it?
Flint.
Nope. You'd hidden it, but we
It's
found
not
it.
Flint.
We do that.
I can't remember his name.
Who's the her in the message? And what's the deal with the petals?
It's really none of your business.
Well, I am conducting an
Looks a
investigation,
little
Penny.
simple for Poppy, doesn't it? Thought she was a grade 12 or something.
I didn't know there were that many grades.
I'm sure they invented some new ones just for her. I
Okay.
can't decide what's worse. How she looks here, or how she looks now.
Do you know who this is? In the photo?
Oh, absolutely no idea.
Yeah, you know how she looks now. I think she looks nice in this photo. She looks happy, she looks chill. Now she looks angry and or depressed. So, like, she could pull off the goth look if she just didn't seem like she wanted to kill everybody. But,
Not a fan of insects myself.
she looked
Whose
happier
research
back
is
then, is
this?
all I'm saying.
We were hoping you might know. No, can't say I... Freya, perhaps. I know she was always very
Well,
fond of
Freya's
grubby little
dead,
things like
so it's
this.
not really gonna help me that everyone keeps saying that Freya could help with the beetle, okay? She's not here.
I
Just
don't
saying.
know what that is.
Okay, that's fair. That is fair. If you don't know, you don't know. I guess. Sure, fine. We're gonna get some suspicion when we go and talk to him about Hawkshaw, I bet. Hello, man. Come talk to me, thank you.
Hard to read, that one, but she seems to know what she's doing.
She's kind of mean.
You know, I simply assumed all detectives were sharp, rigorous, and thorough. Then, of course, I met you.
Rude. I'm thorough. This is like the 15th time I've talked to everyone. Okay, tell me
What's
about
this?
this.
It looks like it might be a telescope. Thought you might know something about it.
Well, it certainly is a telescope. It has a part there to screw onto a tripod, you see. It's rather small, though. I'm not sure you could see many stars with it.
No, probably not.
Okay. Still no suspicion? Okay, I guess we gotta talk to the new dude. The new dude that I can never remember the name of, so we're going here. I don't have anything more to ask you about, right? I didn't get anything new. Nope. You stand by the fact that this is a
belongs to you,
microscope?
Hawkshaw?
Correct.
And, what is it?
It's my handheld microscope for up-close investigation work.
Okay, she's a hack. Hackshaw. So we want to go here. It's my microscope. No, it's not. Oh my god. What are you doing over there? Why? What is wrong with you? Oh my god, stop it. Why did I come into the murder room? What is... Okay, I'm gonna ignore you for now, and I'm just gonna click around on all of these plants. Please stop looking at me with your cold,
Hanging
dead,
baskets.
red
They're
eyes.
so high up.
Well, he's really tall, so
To
I don't
you,
think
maybe.
that's much of a problem.
You're only 2 inches taller than me.
2 inches makes all
It
the
really,
difference.
when it comes to height, inches, like, actually are a lot. Okay, I'm very
Is that
intimidated by that
Shaped
man
like
standing
fruit?
in the corner. That's true, it
Too
is.
shiny to be fruit. I think it's glowing a little too.
Well,
Safe to eat, do you
okay.
think?
I'm gonna say no.
Hmm.
All the flowers here look kind of poisonous.
Can flowers be poisonous?
Anything can be poisonous.
I guess?
Good to know.
I think I'll agree with that.
Is that fruit? It's shaped like fruit.
Too shiny to be
Safe
fruit.
to eat.
I'm gonna say no.
A
That's a
beetle.
handsome beetle.
Handsome.
Looks
Okay.
like he might have magic powers.
Oh, there you go with the whole fantasy magic thing again, okay? This is the real world, Sally.
Bags of soil.
It's so blue.
Okay.
Tools. Used by a gardener. for gardening.
Who would have
Bit of
thunk?
a decadent flooring choice for a greenhouse.
That's true. Window.
It's glass, but I can't see through it.
Total oxymoron.
I am not. It's glass,
Ugh.
but
Total
I am not.
Just because it's glass
It's
doesn't mean
bigger
it's
in here
technically
than
something
I
that you'll
thought
be
it
able
would
to
be.
see through. Okay. Support
bigger in
or
here than
pipe? No. A hanging
Hanging baskets.
basket?
They're so
Okay.
high up.
Oh,
You're only
okay,
2
okay,
inches.
okay,
Makes
okay.
all.
What about this weird?
This one's in a little
Fruit.
pot.
Okay, that is definitely not edible.
It looks like a gemstone. Don't you
I
think?
thought it just looked like a pear, but okay. Ooh, a potted fruit with a hard gemstone-like skin. The soil in the pot is an unusual blue color. You trying to grow gemstones? Any of
It's
this?
bigger in here
Okay,
than I
okay. No! I didn't want to talk to him yet.
Don't move.
I wanted to click on the clipboard.
Watched.
Yeah, I see him.
Hi.
He's a little too big to hide in the bushes.
Hi.
Is anyone going to say anything? Or shall we just stand around staring at each other?
I've been talking this whole time.
Sorry.
Ha. Oh,
That's better. I'm Sally. And the guy hiding behind me is Detective Grimoire. Who are you?
Fitz fellow, the gardener.
Mm-hmm.
okay,
And
he
why
seems
are you
nice.
so tall?
I don't know.
What kind of question is that? Okay, you chill there for a
This
second,
room's
dude.
unlocked.
Oh,
It's up in the fellow tower.
thanks.
This could be interesting.
Later. This is very
A little
important.
chart of, actually, I have no idea what it's about.
I have to investigate all the things before I talk to the people. That's just the way I roll. Okay. Is this a clue of some sort? It looks kind of like a periodic table of elements or something.
Greek letters, I think.
Beta, alpha, pi, theta. I don't remember. This one I know. It's the trident. I don't remember what it's called. Oh, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Oh, and this one too. I know all these. I'm a genius. I don't remember them, but I knew them at one point.
Greek letters?
Okay, that's it? Just Greek letters? Okay. So, it means nothing to me.
What do you make of it?
Not a whole lot.
Yeah, okay. Well then, I guess we're ready to talk to you now. Sorry for the interruption. Tell me about yourself.
You work here as the gardener.
I don't get paid to do it. It's just my area of interest.
Fitz.
What's the deal with the plants? They're all kinda weird.
Right.
Glowy
Did you
and
see the
whatnot.
lake?
That giant green and purple lake surrounding the entire house? Yeah, I clocked it.
The color is just a byproduct.
Of what? Poison?
It's not poisonous. Not to you.
What's this got to do with the plants?
The water controls all life, just like anywhere else on the planet. Clouds form, rain falls. The water grows the plants, animals eat the plants. Anything you've perceived as an irregularity is simply a result of this hydrological cycle.
Could you say that again, but like condense it as if you were talking to a slightly stupid person?
Our lake water causes the unpredictable alteration of DNA. Sometimes.
What?
Alteration? Like mutation?
That'd be the official term. For us, it's normal. Just nature.
And you're the local expert on all this stuff?
No. I'm just the gardener.
Okay. This is definitely, he's got something going on and it's definitely weird, but I think he's inherently good. I don't know, I'm just getting that vibe.
I was in my
Tell me about
greenhouse,
yesterday.
watering and weeding.
Sounds exciting.
Was anyone else around?
Don't
Not at
judge.
first. Penelope came in a little later. She likes looking at the flowers, I think.
Did you speak to each other?
A little, not too much. We both left the greenhouse in the early afternoon. I went up to my room. Then I came back outside to weed the main gardens. Didn't see anyone else. After that, I went up to the garden outside my room.
Uh-huh.
And
Let me guess. Watering and weeding.
Right.
did anything happen to you yesterday, Fitz?
Okay, I'm going to take your statement in a moment. It's protocol that first I ask you about everybody,
I like
okay?
Flora.
Just
I
have a
hope
couple of
she's all right.
questions.
Do you think she had anything to do with the murder?
There's no way. She wouldn't willingly cause any additional suffering for anyone.
I feel like he's one of the, I would say first, but I've talked to everyone. I feel like he's one of the only people that just straight up said that he liked Flora. Most people are very judgy about her.
Felix is a contradiction. His loyalties are placed firmly within the realm of materialism, money, property. But his ego relies on an entirely fraudulent self-image, don't you think?
Yes.
I was just about to say the same thing.
Fifi doesn't like me.
What did you do?
I'm not
Well,
sure.
she's kind of snotty,
If you
honestly.
find out, maybe you can let me know.
Fifi's the perfect example of like most people would think that Penny is snotty or stuck up, right? But Fifi is the perfect example of someone that's like, oh, you know, I'm just like a nerdy little, like, you know, keep to myself type of person that's not bothering anybody, but she's actually extremely judgmental and like outwardly shows it, like without any sort of, I don't know the word, you know, nobody asks for it, and she just is kind of mean sometimes. I'm just saying.
She questioned me.
About what?
My work, the plants, bit of everything.
Did she search the greenhouse?
No, she didn't.
You sure? Maybe she did it when you weren't in there.
No, she hasn't touched it.
How can you tell?
Trust me, I can tell.
Okay, so I'm guessing that the plants talk to you.
She was always kind to me. She'd come into the greenhouse when I was working.
So she wasn't kind to other
Sometimes by
people?
herself, sometimes with Poppy. I think they were just bored at first. Eventually, they started asking questions.
About what?
Poppy wanted to learn about flowers. Freya, she used to ask me about the insects.
Insects?
One of my jobs is to protect plants from things that might eat them. Freya brought me this little glass box, leaves and twigs inside. She'd say, put all the troublemakers in there. Every day I'd put a handful of beetles and other things in the box. Then she'd come along and take it away. I didn't really understand her, but she was always kind.
Okay. So she's like, oh, you know, I don't want you to hurt the bugs that are bad to the plants, just give them to me. Which seems like a nice thing. But if the box is empty every day when she brings it back to you and you fill it up again, what is she doing with all the bugs? Killing them? Experimenting on them? Sending them to an alternate dimension? We may never know.
Have you met this guy, Fitz? Shifty eyes. Doesn't say a lot. Totally suspicious, if you ask me.
That's
No.
me.
Yeah, that's... It was a joke. I was joking.
Oh, I see.
He's introspective. He's not suspicious and shifty-eyed. Just, he's intimidating because of his large stature and his red eyes. You know, anybody is going to get intimidated by him when they waltz on in here and he's standing in the bushes, just standing there, not moving, not blinking, not making a sound. He might have been blinking. But that's not his fault. He just looks that way. Okay, tell me about Professor Pointer,
I
please.
imagine you don't visit the astronomy tower too often, do you?
No, but I still see Pointer sometimes. He's always curious about what I'm growing in the greenhouse. Asks me about the birds, too, and insects. He's pretty clued up on his evolutionary biology.
I didn't think there was much overlap between astronomy and biology.
There's not. Okay, Penny.
Penelope is my fiancée.
Don't take this
Penelope.
the wrong way, but Penny doesn't really strike me as your type.
She's not who she pretends to be. People think she's... well, they make assumptions.
And how's the relationship doing recently?
Good. It's good.
So it's okay. So it's not good. What about Poppy?
Poppy and I are
Wink,
friends.
wink.
Oh, I can buy that. Dark clothes, blue hair, an average of 3 words per sentence. Oh, you're like 2 peas in a pod.
Hey,
She's
it's
very
rude.
kind, and she has an interest in plants. Unusual flowers, mostly. I've been teaching her.
Right.
Is something wrong?
I think Poppy has an interest in Fitz. Fitz is still loyal to Penny. Penny couldn't care less about Fitz. I mean, like... No, it's not like she couldn't care less about him, but like Penny's the problem with their relationship. And or Poppy's interest in Fitz and Fitz's friendship with Poppy is what's troubling Penny to strain their relationship. That's what I think is happening. Okay. Now I have a lot of stuff to
Nice
ask you about.
painting. Gives you a pretty good idea of the layout.
The lake looks like it forms a perfect circle around the island.
It might seem strange to you, but nature is quite capable of producing perfectly geometric forms.
And
That's true.
those mountain cliff things around the outside?
We don't know much about them. They're unscalable. Not even Freya could have gone up there.
What's that?
This painting, it's speculative. There are no photographs from this angle as far as I know.
So Freya just made it up.
Let's call it an informed estimation.
Yeah, okay. So she wanted to get to the top of the mountain, so she was painting it so that she could teleport up there. I'm so confused. I don't know what's going on, but it has something to do with paintings. And like I keep saying alternate dimensions, but I guess it could be more like teleportation, like it's still within this dimension but somewhere else that she's getting to, and that she's, you know, getting the bird from or sending the bird to. I don't know. It has something to do with travel. I know it does.
Who gave you that information?
Well...
We don't actually know who it was. We were contacted anonymously.
I see. And what happens if the person who contacted you turns out to be the murderer?
I never thought about that.
Honestly, that would be kind of fun. Like a twist, you know?
Okay.
That looks like it might belong to Poppy.
Uh-huh.
It's
I'm
of
Poppy.
no interest
I'm
to
Poppy.
me, but I overheard Poppy and Freya talking about it
I
once.
still haven't seen those
What'd they
symbols.
say?
They were arguing about something, but I can't remember the details.
That's
How
helpful.
odd.
I still haven't reread that letter.
What do you think that is in Flora's hand?
I don't know. It does
feather.
look like a knife, but Flora wasn't holding anything at all when I saw her after the murder. But there's something bothering me. Something else.
What?
When we went into Flora's room, she wasn't standing in this position.
Oh.
Oh, she probably would have moved around a little bit by then.
She wasn't standing at all. She was kneeling on the floor.
Okay, but it takes like... I just knelt and it took like 2 seconds. I'm currently standing, and then the time it took for you to hear me do what I just did, that 2 seconds. So I mean, it's possible she just knelt down.
It's an egg with feet.
It was locked, but we opened it, but it was empty.
Fun story. There's something off about this.
What is it?
Why don't you take another look at Flora's room?
You think we missed a clue up there?
Not exactly.
You haven't seen all my clues yet, so you don't even know. Okay.
Plants
Oh
are
God, why
different
is
to
he
flowers.
making me
I'd say
be
so,
confused
yeah.
now?
At any time, flowers can bloom with perfect, faultless colors. Red, blue, white. With paint, once you've tainted a color by mixing it with others, not even the most skilled painter can return it to its pure form.
That's okay. Yeah, sure.
That belongs to Poppy.
So why is it up in Flora's tower?
I'm not sure. That
Okay.
looks like it might belong to Poppy.
Right. You keep saying that.
That's quite sweet, really.
Yeah, you know, it is kind of a nice gesture. Everyone else thought it was weird.
Felix made that. Huh.
Okay.
Freya's best work, in my opinion.
Really?
Although the photo doesn't carry the same energy as the real thing.
What do you think it's a painting of?
What do you mean?
Like, what's the subject matter? What's that big red thing?
Oh, I don't think it's that kind of painting.
Okay. So you're saying it's not of something? It's not like, you know, like a landscape painting?
It's Fifi and Freya.
Don't you think Poppy should be in the photo too?
Maybe, maybe not. She doesn't really like crowds.
2 people isn't a crowd.
Right.
Well,
but if
3's
she
a crowd.
was in a photo, then it'd be 3.
Fitz is funny.
One of these
Oh.
drawings is of you in the rooftop garden, I think, with Poppy.
Mm-hmm. Are we done?
Okay.
Penelope
Bird
knows
book.
about birds. You should ask her instead.
Actually, I wanted to ask you about something. There's a plant mentioned on this page, see? Do you have any? In the greenhouse?
No, I don't grow that anymore. I've tried, in the past. It's incredibly difficult, even for me. I could never get it to live more than a couple of weeks.
Okay, so when the ink dip bird was around, you were trying to grow it.
Did Freya draw these?
Yeah. There's a note in the back, too.
She was even closer to Flora than I realized.
Okay.
Looks like someone doesn't want you to read that book.
That's the main thing making me want to read it.
What's with the broken glass?
I don't know.
Penelope's 3 favorite birds. She's very protective over them.
Are they like her pets? Do they have names?
Oh, they have names. Penelope loves to name things.
Why did you say it like
Do you
that?
remember what you named them?
I do not.
Oh, they have names. You bet they've got them. They have names, all right. Like, what?
A flower.
Yeah, it's a flower. We found it in Penny's room.
Okay.
Mean anything to you?
Why would it?
Come on.
I don't really go into Penny's room or anywhere in Pointer Tower. I just don't have a reason to.
Wait. Are you trying to say that flower isn't from you? Why does Penny have a flower that she doesn't even really like if it's not from Fitz? What? Now I'm confused, or is he just lying?
Those petals, they,
Petals.
What?
they're red.
I noticed that.
Poppy's piano music. I remember when she started learning. She's improved a lot since then.
Yeah, that's generally how it works.
Right. Of course.
Okay, what about this picture?
Any idea who this is?
No idea. I've seen beetles with brightly colored shells, metallic shells even. They're relatively common, especially around here. There's a difference between that and actual gold.
It can't be actual gold. Gold is just inside the earth or whatever. You can't make it. That's called alchemy. It was a whole thing.
Well, he just said that there's a difference. Or is he saying the beetles he's seen look metallic, but they're definitely not this beetle because this beetle technically has actual gold?
You ever seen this before, Fitz?
No, but I don't normally go into Fifi's room.
That's not where we found it.
Oh, I just thought it looks like it belongs to her.
Okay, that's the second person that said
This is
that.
a good example of how things work. I mix that soil here in the greenhouse. It's made with water from the lake.
And it makes the fruit grow all shiny and gem-stony.
Sometimes. You never really know what's going to happen.
And what do you do with this shiny and edible fruit?
You look at it.
Okay, yeah, thank you. I'm gonna take your statement out, Fitz, okay? This is a serious matter, so stop cracking jokes.
I was up in the rooftop garden. It was quiet.
Of course.
And then, it wasn't. I can't describe it. Could have been a scream, but it didn't sound human.
Scream like? Oh, okay.
We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
We?
Poppy was
You
with
and
me.
Pop.
Did I not mention that?
You didn't.
Flora's room was locked. That's normal. She usually locks it from the inside. I knocked on the door and shouted. Nobody responded. We became concerned.
You kicked the door down?
I did. Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back. Flora was there too, but I barely noticed her at first. Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too. Penelope arrived shortly after that, with Felix in tow. I thought that was odd. You don't normally see the two of them together. Felix took charge. There was nothing else I could do to help. I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything. I found her pacing back and forth around the stone square. When I approached her, she snapped at me. I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long. But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
Okay. I mean, nobody made her wait outside.
There's something about Hawkshaw's handheld microscope.
Microscope. She just said she felt like an outsider or something, or like an intruder in their house, so she left.
Let's ask her about it.
Yeah, let's go now. Let's go now, because it's the last thing we're going to do before we end the
That's all the
episode.
statements.
Oh, okay.
Let's go over them all.
Later. Achievement unlocked. It's my case file. Achievement unlocked. Tangle Tower Historian. Okay. I've got a suspicion with you, you Hawkshaw.
This little microscope thing, you said you used it to search the greenhouse.
And this would make perfect sense, if you knew what my client had asked me to find. Of course, I still have no intention of disclosing that information.
It's a golden
You're
beetle.
such a tease, Hawkshaw. Don't worry, we already worked out what you're searching for.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. It's this golden beetle. Bloop.
You're not as hopeless as you look.
Thanks.
So, that's what you were looking for in the greenhouse? This beetle?
Surely even you can understand the logic of it. The greenhouse is home to a great many insects. The gardener could have easily kept the beetle hidden in there.
Well, Fitz said you questioned him, but didn't actually search the greenhouse.
He is not exactly the type to appreciate subtlety. He simply didn't notice that I was using my microscope.
What do you reckon, Grimoire?
I know for a fact she didn't use the microscope in the greenhouse.
Because it's not a microscope
It's not a
at
microscope
all.
All of a sudden, Detective
Hawkshaw.
Grimoire is some kind of expert on microscopes.
No, but I'm an expert on interrogation. A telescopic lens? A microscopic lens. Fifi's eye gear, a magnifying glass, a fake glass lens, gemstones, the handheld... The handheld microscope is made entirely out of a telescopic lens. So Hawkshaw lied about it. Is this good enough?
The handheld microscope is made entirely out of a telescopic lens, so Hawkshaw lied about it. Almost. Maybe just change one thing.
Okay, okay. The handheld microscope, according to Fifi, there we go, uses a telescopic lens, right? Or was it didn't? Yeah, it was Fifi,
Handheld
probably, right?
microscope,
Yes.
According to Fifi, uses a telescopic lens, so Hawkshaw lied about it. I'm
Liar,
inclined to
liar.
believe Fifi when it comes to stuff like this.
Hawkshaw, why did you lie about owning a telescope?
Hawkshaw, why did you own about lying
You
a
were a
telescope?
child.
What?
What did you aspire to become?
Oh, don't throw a pity party here. Nobody cares.
Emperor of the Galaxy.
I wanted to be an astronomer.
Really?
I harbored a desire to understand the secrets of the wider universe. A fool's errand, to be sure, but a seductive one. At 15, I decided instead to apply my intelligence to the world around me. And so, I became a detective. But the yearning for elusive knowledge is a powerful force. I tried to keep it with me.
Sorry, but we're way off track.
Yeah.
What's the deal with the little telescope?
A memento from my childhood. Little more than a toy.
Why did you bring it with you?
When I discovered that it was Professor Pointer who had hired me, I dared to consider it something of a planetary alignment. I had hoped he might sign my telescope. An extremely childish indulgence.
I don't believe you at
I
all.
never would have guessed.
Hold on. You're admitting you didn't use it in the greenhouse then?
Yeah, like, why did you lie?
As it happens, I have no need to search the greenhouse to such a degree. Professor Pointer doesn't consider the gardener a suspect in our theft investigation.
So, who is your suspect?
Things have become complicated. My lead suspect is your murder victim.
Well, everyone did talk about her and the beetles. But, I don't know, guys. I don't know. So now I have this big thing right here. But I'm not going there yet. I gotta go here. And then back in here and use these two doors to get into here. So this is just... This is Flora's room then, I guess. I thought maybe this would end up being Flora's room. And then Flora and Poppy's room were connecting to the gardens. But no. This is Flora's room. Just like this is Pointer's room. So this is Fitz's room. Fitz and Pop, that was what I had originally thought until I was thinking about the doors. But like, because the garden connects them, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to click on this, but we're not going to explore it yet. Next episode will start in here. Okay, Fitz's room. Okay, I was going to say, maybe we should just explore right now, but I will wait. We'll get to it next episode. Don't get ahead of yourselves, guys. I've got some exploring to do next time. So, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. We'll see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye now.